Good morning, beloved. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello. Welcome. Welcome. It's wonderful to have you, to see you, to be with you. So let's see who's coming on first this morning. Who do I get to say good morning to first? All right. I think I'm still a little sleepy. I think. Mm-hmm. But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching, welcome. For those of you who will be live, let's do it. Let's play. I need to get some energy. You know what's happening with me this morning. Let's play. Let's make it happen. Judith is watching. Let's make it do what it do. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, yeah, I get that. That makes sense to me. For those who will be on, I don't know you on. I might not never, ever know you on. All right then, beloved. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road, I'm very grateful for you. I'm very, very grateful for you being used by Papa. Encouraging me. Hey, Judith, welcome. Thank you for being the first this morning to say good morning to everyone. Good to see you, sis. Good to see you. So, what are we chatting about this morning? Don't know why I'm sleepy. Well, no, I was up late. Okay. I know why I'm sleepy. Silly girl, silly. Twanda is watching. Hello, Twanda. Hello, welcome. Good morning, dear. Good morning. So good to see you. So, I want to talk about this subject of from begging or being rather than begging, or from begging to being rather than begging, being rather than begging. There's so many discussions that we have as humans that are not productive, that just don't serve us well, right? And those are never being discussions. They're never being discussions. Being discussions always serve us well. And being is this notion of showing up as our true self, as our authentic self, like having this okayness with us, this I'm good with me, not an acquiescing, not a stuck I'm good with me, not a I'm not going to grow, but of I'm good with me, and therefore I will continue to pursue more of me. I will continue to unlock the essence of me. I will continue to go for all of me. I'm good with me, and yeah, that's it right there. I like that. I'm going to type that in the chat. I'm good with me. And, and, and. Yeah, I like that. I like that because it's the same notion of this other statement of being content, yet eager for more. Period. Yeah. So being rather than begging. So I believe for me, this is something that I really will teach around the way we do church. Um, and y'all know whenever I talk about that, let me just give a disclaimer. I love church. I'm an associate pastor. I love Jesus. I love all of it. And I love my family too. And everybody got stuff. All right. So that's just the way it is. We don't pretend to not see what we see. That's foolishness because then we're going to just keep falling down in the ditch and in a trap if we do that. So, with that being said, um, there's a way that we do church at times or traditionally. Good morning, Dorian. Welcome. Or traditionally. That can feel like begging God for, begging our Father for, pleading for, and even, kind of like the notion of, well, I'll say that for later. But good morning, Brian. Good morning, sis. Welcome, welcome. And there is this idea of just be. Like, we don't have to beg for anything. We can simply be and allow for, right? Beg and grovel, hope and pray. No, be and continue to move forward and make yourself available for all that can be. All that's designed already is. It was at birth. Like, it was designed for us at birth. Papa didn't make a incomplete package and then, say, let them grovel around and try to figure it out. No, no, no. He made a complete package and then invited us to go deeper into us, invited us to go deeper into ourselves. And as we went deeper into ourselves, then, beloved, we would discover. So it's from that place of being that we unlock potential, that we live out the potential that was already there. It's from that place of being that we find our sure footing. Let me just say, it ain't nothing like showing up as yourself, just being you, as opposed to apologizing for you, apologizing for what you think, apologizing for how you are, apologizing. Now, look, if we need to apologize, apologize. If people keep saying, if different people at different places in time keep saying the same thing about you, I think you need to stop and look at it. I know I do. If I hear the same thing from people over and over again, I'm like, well, Kathy, who's the common denominator? You are, sis. So I think that warrants a closer look. I just think it warrants a closer look. And so, however, what I'm talking about, good morning, Ray. Good morning and welcome. And so what I'm talking about here is this notion of being. Look, when we simply just stop and say, I'm good with me. That's a starting place, beloved. It's a launching pad. I'm good with me is a launching pad. Because outside of that, we use so much energy. Outside of that, we use so much energy in pretense or in chasing, you know, chasing peace. Peace is inside, it's not outside. It's inside, it's not outside. Having contentment with your present day reality gives you peace. Like, peace is available at all times. So just be you. Of course, India Ari, one of my favorite songs of her, Just Be You. Heard a voice who told me I'm essential. Heard a voice that told me I'm essential. That right there. Like, we don't even have to go further into the song, although we probably will. But we don't really have to. As it relates to this notion of being, we really can stop right at that notion. I heard a voice that told me I'm essential. I heard a voice. Why don't you be your own voice to tell your own self that you're essential? Be your own voice. I've been the voice. Others have been the voice. You be the voice. You be the voice. Tell yourself you're essential. You are essential. You know how during COVID was like the word essential was used so much. Essential worker, essential worker, essential worker. You are an essential worker in your own life. You are the first essential worker in your life. Heard a voice that told me I'm essential. How all my fears were limiting my potential. Said it's time to step into the light and use every bit of the power you have inside. And what you're waiting on, who you're waiting for. If you don't take a chance, you never know what's in store. Just do you. Yep. One of the most powerful songs that I've heard. Just do you. Just do you. Being rather than begging. Just do you. See, when scripture says your gift, you are the gift. It'll make room for you. Be the gift. Show up as the gift. Wrap yourself up nicely. I'm just saying. Shiny paper, for me anyway. Sparkly paper, for me anyway. Big old bows and frilly things. Yeah, I like bling and spark and all those kinds of things. Wrap yourself in your favorite paper and present yourself as a gift. Right? And present yourself as a gift. And be a little bit choicey about who you present your gift to. Everybody won't appreciate it. Everybody don't appreciate it, and that's okay. But there are some who do. So you got to know the difference between the two. Know the difference between those who do appreciate and those who don't appreciate. But you also need to know your stuff. Sometimes you thinking other people not appreciating you. It's the way you showing up. It's the way you showing up. It is. There's some stuff that you need to work on. Work on it. How about that? Good morning, cuz. Love you back. I love you back. Yeah, so if there's some stuff that you need to work on, then go on and work on it. Thank you for the love. Go on and work on it. Give yourself the gift of you loving you enough to deal with your stuff. Being rather than begging. That is from this place of authenticity, authentic being, authentic showing up, authentic, just your authentic self. Like, this is who I am. This is what I prefer. Just because we prefer something doesn't mean it has to be that. But I do think it's important for people to know what you, I do think it's important for people to know what you prefer. We don't have to go with what you prefer, but it's important to know. Like, if people never know what you prefer, what does that mean? What does it mean? I just saw myself looking just like my sister. Oh my goodness. Hey, Sherry. If people never know what you prefer, then what? What? That's not authenticity. People don't know you then, beloved. They don't know you. If they don't know who you prefer, they don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know who. They don't know what you prefer. then they don't know you. So, as you think about this notion of being rather than begging, just do you. It's easier. It's ultimately it's easier. Now, if you've lived a life of practicing like chameleon-like behavior, and then when I talk about these things, it's not from a judgment. I understand that we've all done what we felt like we needed to do in order to be okay, for our ego to be okay, for us not to be overwhelmed, for us to feel safe, right? So we've shown up in the way we thought we had to show up in order to be safe, to feel safe, to, whatever. However, it is what it is. And so I'm inviting you to look at you. So if you've lived a life or a good portion or season of showing up chameleon like, pretense, and all of that, then it's time to do something differently, right? It's time to do something different. If you've lived that kind of life, it is, let me tell you, it's so much freeing to just be you. It's freer. Like we're so freer to just show up as ourselves and say what we prefer and do what we desire and go where we want to go. Live from this place of truth for ourselves and not apologize for our preferences. Now, unless our preferences is causing harm to somebody, I prefer to tell you where to what? No, back that train up. I prefer to no, I'm not talking that. This any conversation we have is coming from a place of love. So if you think I'm saying something other than that, then you are mistaken. You're mistaken. Everything that I talk about is coming from Luke 10:27. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength, and thy neighbor, the last part, as thyself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Love your neighbor from the place that you love yourself. Love your neighbor because you love yourself. Love your neighbor, using the same stuff you love yourself with. Love your neighbor. That's where I'm coming from. As thyself. Love yourself, like prerequisite for doing anything else. So you can't love yourself well while you're mistreating other people because life is a boomerang. Did you know that? Life is a boomerang. Whatever we throw out in life is coming back. Whatever we throw out, whatever we focus on, whatever we meditate on, whatever we seed is coming back to us. Life is indeed a boomerang. It's a boomerang. So I'm just saying, being rather than begging. Being, just show up as yourself. Then you don't have to beg for your space at the table. Just show up as you. Show up knowing. First of all, you got to get to know who you are. You got to know the stuff you're made of. You got to know that divinity, like divine blood flows into your soul, your being, like you were created from miraculous creative power. God, the word spoke, and so we are. What? The creator of the universe created you and put a portion of himself in you. I'm just saying. So when we understand that, then we can stand in our own power and our own strength and be, and just be, and just be. So being rather than begging. Let's not beg for our space. Let's not beg for our place. Let's just be, and it will manifest as it is designed to. So look, again, I'm inviting you to join me in becoming a contributor to the More Love Please movement. Become a sponsor, become become a sponsor, become a supporter. You can sponsor a television show. So if you go to Dr. Catherine E. James, right? If you go to Dr. Catherine E. James and then you click on the More Love Please, right? Click here on More Love Please, then you will be able to find yourself here, where I invite you to be in action. Be in action, beloved. Make a personal commitment to love yourself and become a supporter. $13, $150, and or both. You can do both as well. And so I would love for you to contribute to the More Love Please movement. You simply go down here, click on the cart, and then take it from there. I appreciate you. Will you be one today who are a contributor? So it helps with the television show, right? It helps with the television show. $13 a month. I would love, so we're looking to get 100 people to do $13 a month. Do you know someone who would be willing to contribute for $13 a month? I would love to have you to contribute. So thank you for being on today. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for saying good morning. I love you. I love you. I love you. I really do. Y'all remember the TED Talk is coming up. TED Talk, y'all. TED Talk. Let me put that in the chat. The TEDx Talk, June 17th in Atlanta. Yep. This girl right here doing a TED Talk, June 17th in Atlanta. I'm super duper beyond excited. Super duper beyond excited. I am. So, hey, Levon. Good morning, my sister. So good to see you. So good to see you, my dear. Levon is the self-care queen, I'll call her. So look her up. She teaches all kinds of self-care, beautiful words, beautiful atmosphere, beautiful soul. Good morning. So at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. We simply don't have the right to not be amazing. We are amazing, phenomenal beings. Let's just be and let everything flow from the place of being. No pretense, no begging, no half-stepping, no backpedaling. Just show up as you. It's enough. It's more than enough. All right, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.